Hello everyone, welcome to my vlog. Today is Tuesday. Work was normal for a Tuesday. I got my order, blah 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 blah. Same old. It rained, so the temperature is not excruciatingly hot, but it is humid, so it kind of breaks even, if you will. Excuse me. And it just sucks when, that happens, because I'm not a humid, I don't like humidity, because, the heat, I can deal with just plain heat with no humidity, a dry heat, because, it doesn't feel like it's sapping your strength like humidity does. And humidity just, oh my god, it's horrible. I would rather have 115 degree weather than have 90 degree weather with 100% humidity. I mean, it just, oh my god, it kills you. But enough of the weather for today. I'm sure most of y'all know that already, so there's no point in beating the dead horse, if you will. But today I want to talk about jackholes, or ass faces, whatever you want to call them. Today, there's an incident at my job where I was more or less told that, I don't do anything all day, so why can't I empty someone else's trash, the office person's trash? Well, that's not my job. My job isn't doing their trash. None of the offices, I don't do any of their trash. We've been there 3 years. Nobody's ever asked me to. If they've asked, if they would have asked me, no problem. I'll grab it. Yeah, sure, no problem. But I've never been asked. So, I don't make it a point to go in there for two reasons. One, that's not part of the warehouse's scope of work. And two, I don't put anything in those trash. That's the same reason I don't clean out the smoking tray. The same reason I don't make coffee in the morning. Those aren't my jobs, and I don't use them, so they don't expect me to do it. Especially the main supervisor there. He's, you don't ever use them, so don't worry about it. And that he's understanding of that. But for some reason, because I didn't grab her trash, all of a sudden I don't do my fucking job. Okay, well, I told her straight up, that's not my job to do that. You're not going to come at me like I'm not doing my job when your trash can's full. I empty 4 other trash cans in there, that I use, or 2 of them I don't use at all. And, I do it because that's part of the warehouse's job, is to make sure the tech areas are clean, and their trash is taken out. And I have no problem with that, because that's my scope of work. But to sit there and tell me because I didn't take your trash out, all I do is sit on my ass all day and not do anything, that's bullshit. And if I would have thought about it, I would have asked her, well, do the other areas do their office people's trash? And if she would have said no, then I'd been like, okay then. Or if she would have said yes, then I'd been like, well, maybe that's the problem with them losing stuff all the time, because they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. But I didn't think of it at the time. But the manager and supervisor's been making fun of me all day. You better do it, blah, 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 fucking with me. And I told her straight up, after all the guys left and everything, I was like, look, when she came back from lunch and then talking down to me, she asked me if I could get something out of her car. I was like, yeah, no problem. So I went and got, paper out of her car. She's like, if it's not outside of your scope of work. I was like, look, I said, I have no problem doing anything you ask me to do. No problem whatsoever. but don't tell me to do anything, you know, because I'll go out of my way not to do it, and it's bullshit. You know, I don't think there's too much to ask. I've been there 5 years, and I don't think it's too much to ask for a little bit of respect, you know. The supervisor and manager, they never tell me to do it. They ask me, you know. I have no problem doing it if I'm asked, you know. Hell, even the owner of the company doesn't say, you better do this. He said, hey, Scott, can you take care of that? Yeah, no problem. You know? And then well, you're supposed to do what the managers and supervisors tell you to. I do everything they ask me to. You know? One of the managers learned a long time ago that Scott ain't going to do it if I tell him to do it. If I ask him, that's another story. I'll bend over backwards to help you out if you ask me. You know, I don't feel it's too much to ask to have a little, you know, courtesy, you know. I don't tell anybody to do anything. I ask because that's what you're supposed to do. That's how you build up, you know, respect in the workplace, is by asking people to do stuff, not being a dickhead or a douchebag, you know. But you know, whatever. You know, it's over with now. I've ranted. It's on my video. I'm through. You know, it's out of my system. Tomorrow, I'm sure the regional manager will ask me what happened, and I'll tell him. Yeah. So I'm just, you know, they can't fire me because this will be my first warning / write-up if it happens. So, you know, I'm not too worried about it because I'm the same person I was when I started 5 years ago. You know, all I ask is for a little respect, and I don't feel that's too much to ask. You know, so yeah, tell me, you know, what you think of the whole situation. Now, granted, you're only hearing one side of it, but you know, for those of y'all that know me, I'm pretty good about, you know, if I'm an ass, I'll let you know. You know, I'm not going to hide it because, you know, if you lie about something, it's eventually going to come back and bite you in the ass. So I try not to worry about it, you know. So I try to feed as much truth as I can remember or, you know, throw in there. So, but that's all we're going to talk about today, guys. Thanks for listening to me rant, and please give me your opinion on it. Give me your 2 cents. Help a brother out. Ask them, you know, let me know if I was way off base on wanting them to ask me to do it, you know, instead of, you know, basically telling me you better do it now, you know, type thing. Because, you know, that's just me, my personality. You know, I'm an A-type personality where I don't take kindly to being, you know, people shoving something in my face, telling me you better do it, you know. But anyway, I'm going off the rails, and I apologize for that. As always, guys, if anything interesting happens, I will turn the camera back on and let you guys see it. Sorry about the quick segue to the end, but, you know, as always, I'll, you know, what I said. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.